Hello YouTube! This is going to be part of either a 4 to 6 part special. The next one that I may add on to the end of this will then be another couple where we'll eventually be discussing how to get to the golden light plane. Now I'm taking it that people know what heaven keys are and astral projecting is. Now I take most keys to work on a 1 to 2 basis, like the Star of David works for 3 and 4, or here in Astral. Well, I mean, yeah, and the Heaven 5 key works for 5 and 6. So actually, when I said I was looking for the Heaven 6 key, what I actually meant was I was looking for 7 and 8, which I believe is the golden light plane, which is in this book, which happens to be a family heirloom of mine. I've saved all his books on a playlist of mine. Now, in this, we're going to have to talk about activations. I know I said I wouldn't, but now the one I used for energy healing, and I still use it today. Some Christians, when shown this, have a mental breakdown. Even my brother did, and he likes to think he's zealous. So anyway, when I type it into YouTube, I type in 12 guided angel meditation. It actually says in its title, guided meditation raising your vibration with angels. It's 36 minutes. I totally recommend it. Obviously, there are hundreds of YouTubers that do activations. Aaron's one, Energizer Silence. I'm not going to recommend those ones. If it resonates with you, brilliant. I mean, I mostly resonate with Hermetic teachings, Gnostic teachings, and Tibetan monk teachings, which is why this book, which actually has detailed instructions on how to reach Heaven 6 and 7, it doesn't actually say what the Heaven keys are, which is why I'm banging on about trying to find them, you guys. So if you ever have any thoughts and you think I'd like to hear about it, yes I would. Now, the YouTubers I'm actually going to recommend is this lady who now I believe is Avatar, but I'm not going to get into that. Vero Virtue. I'm sending you my love, Vero Virtue, and all YouTubers that do activations. On the astral subject, just type in astral projecting or remote viewing. Different words, same thing. You know, basically imagine the room you're in, and there's an energy you there, and once you see the room and that's when you can start moving about. Anyway, so Vero Virtue, I recommend you watch every single one of those. It's quite low level, but it's where it is now, it's getting to quite high level. But then I recommend you move on to a YouTuber called Stephen Noble. He actually has the same spirit guides and counsel as me. Where if you have the same ones, don't worry, they can do lots of things at the same time. So we've gone through activations. What I will say about the astral, and we'll be covering this in the next video, are the graduations. But just like how you could spend your entire life exploring planet Earth or space, 3D, you could also spend your entire life exploring the 4 astral zones. Like the Akashic Record is one of my favourites, but remember, total knowledge isn't total power, and I'm not going to explain that, either you know why or not. Yeah. I do know that most people that talk about astral projecting and going through there, they're like, la-di-do, learning too much can send you insane, meeting the wrong beings can send you insane. What I will say on that subject is, my first student and I have actually met the top of the Illuminati. She calls it the Queen, I would call it a deconie Royal Blood Plus, or the 2-headed dragon. So, I've even, when I've rushed into going into Lionsgate, or what I would call Heaven 5, or 5D, or the Second Cosmic Womb, or whatever you want to call it, at the end of polarity. I can't remember which archangel resonates to that. They just usually turn up to give me a very particular piece of information. Like the last one was TAECH. even though I keep getting thrown back into energy healing. But yeah. Basically, my advice with not being sent insane is remember what state you're in before you start meeting with energy beings. Like, if you've just had a fight with your partner, you've sniffed a line of coke, or like, you know, had a couple of beers, and you feel pretty shit about yourself, what do you think you're going to attract? Do you think you're going to attract an angel, or do you think you're going to attract a demon? Yeah. Also, if you're rude to these beings, a lot of them don't like being rude to. A lot of them like the pimp, they like the ceremony, they like you to take their time, because just like how you have to raise your vibration to be able to speak to them or whatever, or to see them, or depending on how activated you are, they have to spend their time, even though it doesn't quite work in the same way as ours, to lower their vibrations, because like they're, you know, let's say they're 5D and you're 3D, you've got to meet somewhere in 4D, and you know, they've spent their time and energy doing that for you. So when you like rush about and call it, you know, oh, why aren't you here already? Or, you know, Jesus, why isn't the world changed already? You know, they're usually like, we're waiting for you, mate. You know, whenever you're ready. Yeah, but another advice I will give, because I want you guys to find me about this, but I'm not going to, you know, because I'm very aware of seeking ye shall find. I have been asked to explain this to Christians before. Long story short, for true God seekers, the statement doesn't need changing. But for everyone else, if you're too ignorant, lazy, or just fucking stupid to seek, guess what you're going to get? Because every prayer you get is yes. And if it's, I don't believe power of thought can cure cancer, then you're going to die of cancer, you know. You just said, yes, I don't believe in cancer cures. So that's what you're going to get. Like, I had this out with my brother Cliff. Like, I tell him when I do energy healings that I'm learning Jesus healing, because I'm going to go through this very quickly, and either this will totally resonate with you, or you'll be like, heresy! But obviously, in the name of the Father, I always say Prime Creator, or Supreme Creator, or Lord of Majesty, or all three of those. I often write it down, because then you go through thought form to prayer form. Right? So, Jesus is dead. I take it we all agree on that one fact. So, he's a soul, or Holy Ghost. Yeah? He also said that heaven on earth, you know, for this to work, you have to believe that. We're in polarity, so if you think that your life's shit, you're in hell. And if you think it's good, you're in heaven. Anyway, for, you know, or as like the Tibetan monks say, it's going to be in the greatest good of all living beings, blah, blah, blah. So, if you say we've got through the Father, then the Son, you just basically say you, or however you want to say that, and then Holy Ghost, or soul. Now, when I explain this to Catholics, I always just say Jesus, because I already said it was called Jesus healing. He's actually very good for it. I actually like to say his actual name, Sandel Fon. If I'm working with him. Please though, don't ask me to channel him. I can channel almost every living being. I had a conversation with him and Buddha Dakaram a few years ago when I was actually channeling regularly, because I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing. But they actually told me that would be too easy for me. I hope that makes sense to you guys. It's not that they were saying I can't talk to them. It's just I'm supposed to rationalise a lot of the things that these activators are explaining, and yeah, you know. So I mean, see, a lot of them call channeling, just like how they've been getting the term higher self, like it's a one thing type thing. You know, even excluding the multiverse theory, you know, by the time you've times in the number of your Akashic record cells, you know, the number of how many higher cells there are of you becomes astronomical, and then you times in the multiverse, and it, you know, it is infinite. Yeah, right. I don't want to bang on too much, but the next video will be about Astral graduations. My first student, I believe, is at 3 or 4 of that. And like I said, I don't publish things until I've got actual confirmation, either from Foresight Project, Starseed Alliance, Tibetan monks I resonate with, and I have to confirm it with at least 2 of these sources, because I want you to know that everything I publish on here has definitely been verified by us of the light, because I don't want you to think that I rush this stuff. If you want to know what one of my other things that I like to activate for thought form, it's going to take a while to get into focus. The basis I am perfect, supercharged. There are no mistakes. If you think there are mistakes in the universe, you're basically saying that my life isn't perfect and I live in hell. Yeah. So that's my views on activations and how to get there. Like I said, if I'm going to try and leave the ones I mostly resonate with on my channel, and then after that we're going to talk, after the graduations of the 4th, we're going to talk about how you get from that place to what I call Heaven 5, or the Second Cosmic Womb, or 5D, or Lion's Gate, or whatever you want to fucking call it. Because I want you to remember, guys, that I know well over 10 different words of soul. Whenever I bump into a new religious group, I have to break down their trust barriers and then build them back up again. It was really confusing for me as a child. I know a lot of you have gone through a completely similar experience. I also would like to state that I've gone through every experience of going crazy in the astral. And if you have had an experience where you've been crazy for more than 4 months, or not feeling yourself, or feel like something's eating you from the inside out, you are speaking to high-level members of the Illuminati, and they are picking on you. And I know how to cure that, but I know the true meaning of seeking you shall find. So get in touch with me, or don't. Yeah, I'll be written out on Craigslist soon. So speak to you soon. Bye.